Hello, welcome back to Simply Cooking with Ben Cartwright. I'm really excited today because we have a special guest. We have Leah Favela, hailing from Austin, Texas.
Hello.
Leah has an Instagram page at Tacos and Tofu, and Leah today is going to show us how to make a Tex-Mex classic called Megas, and it's going to have a vegan spin on it. So, what do we do?
So the first thing that we're gonna do is, so typically migas, it's like scrambled eggs and you throw in some tortilla chips and then pico de gallo, which is like tomatoes and onions and jalapenos. In the vegan version, we're going to use silken tofu instead. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're going to crumble up our tofu and then we're gonna add a bunch of spices to it.
Awesome. What spices do we need?
We need turmeric, and onion powder, garlic powder, and maybe a little bit of paprika, and white pepper. And white pepper will give it that little bit of an eggy flavor.
Awesome.
All right, so I'm gonna mash it up first. And this might be a little slow going. Typically, I like to use my hands, but we're gonna try to have manners. So we're just gonna use a fork.
That actually already looks like scrambled eggs.
And then you add that turmeric and it's gonna give it that beautiful yellow color.
Of course.
All right, that should be good because it's gonna crumble up a bit more in the pan as well. Okay, so now we can add the spices. And I don't do actual measurements, but probably if I had to say something, it'd be maybe a half teaspoon of turmeric, or sorry, of paprika.
So the imperial measurement of some.
What's that?
The imperial measurement of some.
Yes,
Yep.
exactly. A
Yep,
pinch.
good. Okay,
you know.
we can do that.
And then white pepper. Sorry, I had to look at that. White pepper maybe be about the same, about a quarter teaspoon. And give it that kind of sulfuric, eggy flavor. Garlic powder. I don't know, I'm guessing that you're a big garlic fan.
Yeah.
Yeah, me
I
too.
do like garlic.
All right, so we're gonna go a little bit heavier on the garlic powder. And then turmeric. There's been times where I put way too much turmeric in something and it's just not, in my opinion, great. So this is gonna be more to give it that kind of golden color. So you don't want very much, maybe 1/8 of a teaspoon, not too much. And then onion powder. Again, I find onion powder has quite a strong flavor, so maybe just a little bit. Do you like that? And then we'll mash it all up.
Wonderful, it's delicious.
And I'm just gonna do a quick mix. Like once we put it in the pan, it'll start to kind of spread out in the tofu a little bit more as well.
Brilliant.
And now I'll add just a little bit of salt and pepper. A couple twists.
Fantastic.
All right, and this should be good to go. And we're gonna throw that in the pan after the veggies and the tortilla chips.
Okay, so what can I do for you?
So now, let's say if you could rough chop the Roma tomatoes.
How fine do you need these?
Yeah, I think that's good.
Wonderful.
And maybe you can do a rough chop on about half of a red onion. And then we'll do some pickled jalapenos.
About that much?
That should be okay. You know what? I'm actually gonna say, can we do a couple more? Do you
Sure.
like spicy?
I do.
All right, let's
Let's
throw
go
more
for
in
it.
there. Beautiful.
Cool.
All right, so now let's get our oil about medium high. Little bit more.
boss.
We're gonna want it, that's good. We're gonna want it to soften up the tortilla chips. So we can add the veggies first, and then maybe cook the veggies for about a minute.
Yep.
And then we can add the tortilla chips. You want big pieces in there, but you don't want whole tortilla chips.
Oh,
so we're
okay.
gonna give them just give them a quick crush when you
I'll leave that to you.
put them into the pan. Okay.
Okay, cool. Okay, our pan's nice and hot now, so we're gonna cook these megas. It won't take very long. Add to the pan our chopped veggies.
Beautiful. Oh, and we actually also need some chili powder and some cumin.
Chili powder and cumin.
Beautiful.
Some?
Yeah, some. Perfect.
Not so some.
No, a little more, yeah, a little more than some. I love that you like spicy. I find most Kiwis don't like spicy. It's great. Maybe let's get a little bit of salt and pepper in there too. I like the idea of you doing this while I just tell you, because I've made this heaps of times, so
Yeah,
I
well,
want
no,
you to learn how to do it.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you. This is good. I've never made this before, so.
All right, I think like just once those onions start going fragrant, then we can throw in the tortilla chips.
Okay.
And you know what? Let's add a little bit more garlic powder. What do you think?
Sure. We can do that.
Perfect. All right, and when you're ready, just start throwing those in. Give them a, yeah, perfect.
I've never put corn chips in anything like this before, so
So this
it's new
was,
for me.
I think some traditionalists will fry up tortilla strips,
Okay.
and then you can put those in there. But most places will just use tortilla chips. And this was always, it started out as a way to kind of clear out the pantry on a
Yes.
Sunday. You make a breakfast and you just get all the veggies that are in your fridge and all the leftover stuff in the pantry and good to go. And you're just gonna let those cook up until they start to soften a bit.
It smells amazing.
Smells like home. And then once you think they're just starting to soften, then you can go ahead and throw in the tofu.
Okay. So if we were making this with eggs right now, it would just be
Scrambled,
raw big
yep.
eggs. Yep, like we would scramble.
That looks so good. Beautiful. So, and then with these, sometimes you'll put like a verde sauce on it, a green sauce, or a ranchero sauce. Some places will do queso too, and that's always been my favorite.
Okay.
So that's why we're gonna make a
Make some
vegan
queso.
queso sauce to
So
go on top.
are we done?
Almost. We'll let
Yeah.
it just kind of cook a bit. How are your tortilla chips? Do you want them? You want them pretty soft.
Okay, they're not quite soft yet. Yeah.
So Ben, what's your favorite Mexican restaurant in Wellington?
So actually last night we went to Los Bandidos on Blair Street, and for better or worse, they do this thing called the 6-shooter, where you get one of every one of their tacos, and then you can opt for one of them to have secretly the hottest hot sauce that they've got. But you
Like
don't-
a Mexican roulette kind of.
Exactly, and you don't know which one it was, so that was relatively challenging, but it was delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You handled it okay?
No. I cried. But no, it was good.
That's awesome. I've never been there. I'll have to try it.
Yeah.
All right, so let's make the queso to go on top of the migas.
Wonderful.
Although, I mean, it's cashew queso, so some people would say it's just a cashew sauce. But you know, for the sake of attempting authenticity, we're gonna just call it queso.
Okay.
So
cool.
let's go ahead and rough chop a clove of garlic and throw it in there.
And you just want this into the blender?
Yes, please.
Yes, chef.
Yes, chef.
Yes,
I'm
chef.
sorry, I forgot myself. All right, and so we've got some more pickled jalapenos, and we're just gonna pour them in so we get some of that juice as well.
Oh, yum.
And we can do the cashews, which you want about a cup. What do you think?
Yeah, that's a cup.
A cup? All
And
right.
I've had those soaking for 2 hours.
Beautiful, yeah, they're nice and soft. They're gonna blend up so nicely. Look at that, no mess. So impressed.
Well done.
All right, so we're gonna do about 2 tablespoons of nutritional yeast.
So talk to me about nutritional yeast. What is it?
So it's fermented yeast. I don't know. All I know is that vegans use it a lot to give kind of like a cheesy flavor to dishes.
Okay.
I also know it's loaded with B12, which a lot of vegans don't get. So this is a really good source of that vitamin.
So where do we normally get B12 from? I don't know.
Oh my gosh, Ben.
Oh, sorry,
Are we on like a science channel here?
I'll have to Google it. Yeah. That smells really nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see the cheesiness from that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, and it is kind of an acquired taste. It took me a long time to start to like that, but I kind of forced myself because so many vegan recipes use nutritional yeast.
Yeah.
I think typically in New Zealand it's called savory flakes.
Oh, okay.
All right, and this is the cumin. I'm gonna do about a teaspoon of that. Yeah?
Chili?
Is this the chili?
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
I don't know. Same.
so yeah, same
Yeah.
amount of each one, so it's
Yep.
fine. I should have known by the color. And a little bit of cumin. And then we're gonna do a little bit of salt. Sorry, my pepper and salt shakers just aren't this fancy.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna start off with about half a cup of water. And then we'll add more if needed. Whoop.
How thick are we trying to make this?
I don't know. I mean, I guess I'll know the consistency when we see it. You
Okay.
want it to be slightly thicker than soup.
Yep.
I don't know. We'll just know it's right once you start blending it.
Brilliant.
All right, so I'll let you handle that part, and I'll just watch.
Okay, fair. You assume that I've used this blender. Okay, so that looks like it might be ready now. I'm really interested to see what this tastes like. Will it taste like cheese?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I think anytime a vegan says this tastes just like cheese, they're lying. You're
It
never.
doesn't taste like cheese, but it is delicious. It's really good.
And that's
Yeah.
what matters more. And if it's going to be good on the migas, then we're good to go.
Okay,
It
so
is good.
I'll get ready to plate.
Okay.
What do we need to do?
We need to put this onto the stove in a pot just for a few minutes.
Okay.
Probably not even a few minutes, maybe for about a minute.
Okay.
Get it warm. All right, and let's get some cilantro or coriander for garnish. We'll do some avocado slices, and then we'll
Okay.
be good to go.
Have you noticed that the food trend at the moment is to only plate on half of the plate and leave the
No.
other half empty? It's bizarre.
No.
I can never figure that one out. So we're going to do it anyway.
It just makes me feel like I need more.
And you just want this sliced?
So once the queso is heated, we can pour that on there and we can top it with some.
Oh, yes.
Oh, look at that beautiful avocado.
How much coriander do you need?
Yeah, it depends. I know some people hate coriander because they've got that gene that makes it taste like dish soap to them. Are you one of those people?
I'm not, but my father is.
Ah.
Yeah. Although he says it tastes like vegetable bug.
Like what?
A vegetable bug, like a little white bug that will live on vegetables. And they taste
And he's
the same.
eaten those before, has he?
Supposedly, yeah. Yeah.
Interesting. I think that's probably going to be more than enough.
Yep.
So we're just going to use it more for
Chopped.
garnish and a little bit of flavor. Yes, chopped. Okay, the queso looks ready. Looks like it's heated.
Okay, so this is just going straight on top?
Just on top, as much as you want.
All of it? That's what I want.
Is that what you want? Yeah.
That's what I want.
Put all of it.
More the better. That looks incredible.
And just put some cilantro all pretty like on there, or just
throw it on.
dump it on.
Yeah,
It's your choice.
Cameraman, have you got a lime beside you? Thank you. How good is that?
That looks beautiful. Oh, our tortillas.
Oh, tortillas, yes. So with this, traditionally this would be served with tortillas?
Yeah, traditionally, I mean, it's gone so far from being traditional.
Yeah, fair.
There's so many variations of this. You know, people put like, obviously the non-vegan version is going to be with eggs. And then people put like shredded beef in it, or Mexican style chorizo, which is different than what we get here. We get Spanish style, which is hard.
Yep.
So the Mexican style chorizo is like crumbly and
nice.
soft, so they'll cook it in there with the migas. You serve it with sides of rice and beans, tortillas, and then you just put...
And there we have it, Tex-Mex style vegan megas, topped with a cashew queso. Thank you so much, Leah, for joining us today. It was really fun. I don't cook like this ever.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it was really good and delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Now don't forget to check out Leah's Instagram handle, which is @tacosandtofu.